What up, players? Welcome back to another video. We're out here with the Project Blazer, and so I don't know if you guys saw in our previous videos, but we're messing with the Blazer now, and we have this new frame. Not new, but new to us. It's a stock what is this, a 4x4 frame? This is a 4x4 frame. I think it's a 74 75 4x4 frame, and we got the rear end right here. So this frame that the truck had is from like an 80s square body, late 80s. So the mounting points, a bunch of stuff doesn't actually line up with the body. So my brother got this one. I think he found, where'd you find it, on OfferUp?
Facebook Marketplace.
He found it on Facebook. We went and picked it up today, and so now that's what we're working on right now. This is we just cut off some of these little brackets for the front leaf springs. Or it just had like two rivets.
Spots or something.
Yeah, I don't know what they were, but we cut those off because it was a 4x4, so it had more shit in the front. But we're making it two-wheel drive, so we got a two-wheel drive cross member that he also got on OfferUp or Facebook a couple days ago, and we're gonna do what they call this pancake. Well, we're pancaking it, I guess. I don't know if that's what they call it.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is, in order to push the suspension 2 inches higher, the control arms and everything, we're gonna cut 2 inches out of this cross member, like so it bolts up. There's holes right here, here, and here, three holes, and it bolts in the bottom right here. It'll sit underneath the frame, and now cutting that and dropping it 2 inches, instead of the control arm sitting here, it'll be pushed up higher, being like if the car or the truck would be more on the ground. So,
and it gives you more ground clearance for the bottom. This is the lowest part of the frame once you put this on.
Yeah, so now we're pushing it up
so that the frame is
and
low.
This is where the control arms mount. So right now we just laid it out pretty much. This is 2-inch tape. We're gonna do the first cut right here.
No, right here.
Oh no, yeah, this is the outside, and then it's gonna drop this way, right?
The first cut, yeah.
So we're gonna do the first cut there, take this piece off, and then we're gonna cut at the bottom of the tape, and that's gonna take off the 2 inches. They're gonna sit this plate back on it and re-weld it all the way around. So once it bolts up, pushes everything up. So I'm gonna try to keep the video separated. So this video should be all about the Blazer. And if it takes us a while for the next thing, that's what you'll be seeing next, but it should be all in one video. All right, players. I just finished cutting the top plate out. So this is what it looks like. 2 pieces now. And I just traced the line basically with the grinder, the tape, the 2-inch tape. So now I'm gonna cut this strip out basically. And same thing on this side, right? And then the new plate is gonna sit in there. I'm gonna re-weld it along this line, and then I'm gonna have to get a plate right here, like 2 inches on this side, 2 inches on this side. All right, guys, next day, continue on the Blazer. So I'm still here with the cross member, and we got some welds in last night. I still got these gaps to fill. I think the backside I finished yesterday. So yeah, I finished all the way across. So I got this 2-inch flat stock that I have left over from some gate that I made a while back, and it's pretty thick, so perfect for this. I'm gonna cut a little strip out for this side, a little strip out for this side, weld that all across, and then the cross member should be completed. Then before I weld those plates, I'm gonna drill out these 2 holes here. This is the bottom of the frame now. Drill out the other 2 holes. I'm gonna test fit it first and then see if the plates will slide in and fit, just to make sure, because you know, I don't want to weld this all up and then it doesn't fit. So I'm gonna continue doing this, and then we'll see what's next. Alright guys, I pretty much drilled out the holes, and I filled in some extra holes just so we don't get confused with. Right there, I filled in 2 holes. They were pretty close, so I made new holes. I fit the cross member back in place and lined up these plates. That way it could make sure that the plates were not going to interfere with installing it, and everything was good, so I tacked them in place on the frame. Now I'm just welding them out, and just going to fill out the rest of the welds. Weld this out, the bottom, just finish everything up, and I'll probably just install it so you guys can see what it looks like. Alright guys, just finished up taking those front leaf spring brackets off. It had 6 rivets on it, so I had to grind these 4 and these 2 out, and then same thing on the other side. I just cleaned everything up, I threw them all away. But like I said before, since it's a 4x4 frame and we're turning it into a 2-wheel drive, I got to get rid of some of these extra things that we don't need running on the front and the rest of the frame. So that's what I'm aware of right now. Wait till my brother gets home to tell me what else we need. Obviously, he's gonna send this out to go get sandblasted, powder coated. That way it's nice and clean. And he's already got the Porterbuilt front control arms all ready, and these are all clean, powder coated as well. So these are ready to get thrown on as soon as the frame gets blasted, and then we can keep moving on. All right, guys, so another day on the Blazer frame. I just finished cleaning up. But I took the rest of the stuff off of the frame. You can see all the stuff in this bucket I just pulled off. I used an air chisel to get pretty much everything off. And I had to use a grinder in some spots. Some little brackets here. This one came out pretty easy. These ones here for like the front leaf spring were coming out. Those are like the worst ones to take out, but I got those out. Little bracket here. Little bracket that was also here that we didn't need for the front leaf springs. So all I left was like the body mounts. Got the body mount here, this body mount, and I think this one, and I don't know if one more set goes back here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it should be 5 body mounts on each side, 5 and 5. So this is pretty much it. Got to get some hardware to throw this cross member on, and I believe my brother's gonna start putting the control arms on, get the rear end in place, and then I think he's gonna start getting stuff set up to do a C-notch of some sort, because he's gonna want to lower it. Once my brother gets home, we'll see what's next on this, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, we got the frame on a rolling cart now. Martin has, it's this Eastwood cart. We got the frame on here, we got the cross member bolted up right here, and now we just, since it went up 2 inches, the holes need to be re-drilled. Oh, this goes past the frame now, so we put 2 new holes, and then these holes we just got to drill new, that way it could bolt up to the frame. Same thing on this side. So we drilled these ones all the way through, so they're already marked, and then the bottom ones we just hit it with spray paint so you could mark the centers. We're gonna pull this off right now and drill the holes big enough for bolts to go through. That way this thing could be bolted on completely, and then we're gonna keep going. All right, players, so back on the Blazer. I don't remember where I left off, but this is where we left off. So we got the cross member installed on the frame. The other day we were working on this. We had a bunch of people over having a good time, so I didn't really pick up the camera as much as I should have, but like I said, the cross member's installed. We got it, the 3 bolts here. I had to shave and drill some new holes for the other side of the cross member. And then we put some new studs in, and we welded the back side. So it had the 2 original ones here, but those ones were pulled out, and the circles were already reamed out. They're supposed to have like a little star like teeth for the bolt to sit in, but they were gone, so we just welded new ones. Anyways, now Martin just got these spacers. So there's 2 different sizes.
Because I was missing the original ones.
Yeah, the original ones were missing as well, so now he got those.
We're gonna tack those so they don't move.
So now the control arm could bolt on here, now that it has the spacers. And then also we just got a care package. He got the U-bolts, which are for the front control arms, the lower ones I believe. So the upper ones obviously can be bolting up here, Then the lower ones are gonna be using these U-bolts to be installed. He also got a C-notch kit. So this is gonna be going in place back, oh no, back here somewhere. Something like this. You guys will be seeing some videos of this too once we get working on this.
Flip kit is on the way.
Flip kit for the rear end is on the way.
And I just picked up those stock coils.
Oh, these coils.
Missing.
Okay guys, so with the front, we just pancaked the cross member that's dropping at 2 inches. And then the spindle that he's gonna be running is also 2.5 inches. So it's like a 4.5 inch drop in the front. And then with the flip kit, running the leaf springs under the diff now instead of on top like they normally do, is gonna drop it 6 inches. So the truck's gonna be like a 4-6 drop, which a lot of guys do on these trucks. But in this case, like 4.5, I guess. All right, players, we're out here with another backyard special. Continuing on the Blazer frame.
Fred feels fresh as fuck.
I'm fresh as fuck. Bethel's shot out as fuck.
Bethel brought me some little gloves.
Dean got some little gloves. And he's cutting out for the C-notch right now on the Blazer frame. So we just laid it out. We had the instructions. We just did the layout right now. See, we shaped it out here. Now he's cutting on that side. Alright guys, so Martin ended up tacking up, well, cutting out the frame and tacking up the C-notch. And so I'm just welding them out right now. I just finished welding up the outsides. I gotta weld the insides. So I'm about to finish welding those out. I believe here's the instructions with the kit. This React suspension, 73 to 82, two-wheel drive Blazer C-notch. So that's what we're installing here, guys. We're getting real close to sending this thing off to get sandblasted and powder coated. So once we get the last of the C-notch welded in and we find out, we're still doing a few measurements to just verify that this cross member goes here, maybe a couple inches off, I don't know. We're still trying to figure that out. Once we lock that in and cover up any holes that we're not going to use anymore and the C-notch is done, then Martin's gonna take this thing to get it sandblasted, get it all cleaned up, and then he's gonna get it powder coated, I assume black, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm gonna just keep going on these C-notches, and then yeah, we'll be picking up soon. Alright guys, so they got the diff on also, the leaf springs, and they got the flip kit. So you know, normally on this, the leaf springs would be sitting on top of the diff, and now it's sitting below and it's using this block. The kit comes with this block and this plate here, the U-bolts and everything. So they're mocking this up right now just so we can get some final measurements before we basically lock in the cross member. Like I was telling you guys, we're gonna measure from the center of the rear wheels, which would be mounted right there on the drums, and then the center of the front wheels. So we're gonna throw the control arms on and everything, spindle, then just get our center to center that way. And if it's the number that we like, then I'm pretty sure it's going to be taken apart and sent off to get sandblasted, powder coated. So
And because
we got the Yonke professionals here getting down right now.
more power.
More power, young man. Alright players, welcome back. It's been some time. We've been waiting for the frames to get powder coated. It's finally here. Nice and clean. No more rust. It was sandblasted, powder coated. It's a little dusty, but nice and black, glossy. And then we also got the cross member all hooked up over here. It's all wrapped up with the plastic just to protect it. But everything's nice now. So me and Bethel are gonna get to, right now it's backwards, but we're gonna flip it around, get it under the truck, and see if we could get it all bolted up to the body and sit it down maybe on its own. So we're gonna get to doing that, and I'll bring you guys along the way. All right guys, we got the frame underneath the truck now. All right, so Martin got these energy suspension bushings. So it comes with these big ass bushings, all of them for the whole truck to be mounted properly to the frame. This is how far we got right now. We're probably gonna wait till Weddle gets home, and then we'll do all that, like I said, get it all straightened out and lock that in for sure. not even. Hold on. Good? Yep. Talk to me. Good. Oh, now I'm stuck on the grass.